Okay, we're trying him out. Let's see how this goes. I'm really excited. Okay, so use Lightning Lord to automatically attack enemies. Use skill or ultimate increases his hits per action. Okay. So we want to summon.
Conflict is pitiless.
Turn this off so that I can actually see what's happening.
Time for the master stroke. Radiant spirit, heed my word. Show no mercy!
I told ya I could fight.
Okay, well that's really cool. Come on, March.
Stay right there while I give you a present.
Don't do the leave, bro. Okay.
You can't run.
Oh my god.
Follow my charge.
Yes, we want to do that.
Conflict is pitiless.
That'll be
Try that again.
Time for the master stroke.
go for it.
Radiant spirit, heed my word. Show no mercy!
I told ya I could fight.
There's no time to lose.
Gotta try hard sometimes.
Oh, there's
Check
only
out
one
this
left.
awesome move.
Easy enough. He is really broken. Like, next level broken. What are we supposed to do about that? Okay, so this is the character that... This is my second account, obviously. This is the character that, I really, really like. It's kind of like based on luck. But she has these... It's almost like Mahjong, I think. She has these little, like, things that she throws. You know, the little Mahjong tiles. But you have to get 4, like a whole set, you know, to really do damage. But I think what I'm learning is that it only works for, like, 1 round. Like, when she gets all 4, because after you get attacked again, you have to do it again. I thought, to me, it should, like, work, but every time she throws, after she gets a set, she basically takes out almost all of their health.
You
Oops.
promise that if I win...
I want to go to my other account. I just wanted to try out the stuff, and I forgot that I was logged into this one. But anyway, he reminds me some of his getup, and someone else has a similar thing. She's definitely like got that Liyue vibe with her outfit. And his was a little bit like that too when he was out fighting like the top of this part. It reminded me of Shenhe. And someone else has that same Shenhe style too. And I say it like Shenhe style, it's probably after something, you know, and I just don't know what that is. But alas. Is that a chest? No, it's not.
The mining team is hiring.
No thanks. Anyway, let's switch over to my other account and we'll actually get started on what we want to record today. Hi guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. Today we're going to be continuing the story. I also have some new stuff that I want to try out. Apparently we have to level up our actual... In order to do this, we have to level up. I mean, we have to finish stuff and level up our characters. So, I don't know, I have some of them at 30. But, I don't know how much, we need to level them up, so I guess we'll find out.
Hey, you came. That was fast.
What is Wildfire doing in the mine?
Didn't I tell you? Long story short, the underground used to have many mines.
Oops.
However, in recent years, some sort of corrosion called the fragmentum started to spread. It's ruined a lot of mines. The one we're heading into is relatively unaffected. A bunch of vagrants made it their home after their old turf was consumed by the fragmentum. Actually, most of them are pretty honest folks. But with such a large group, it's inevitable that troublemakers will find their way in. They've been stealing stuff from the miners and picking fights. And that's not the worst of it. Things are much more serious this time. For 2 days now, huge clashes have been breaking out between the miners and the vagrants. It isn't pretty. Mines are our lifelines in the underworld. We have to keep providing geomarrow to the overworld in exchange for supplies. In order to quell the situation, Chief Oleg brought Wildfire into the mine and left me in charge of security for the towns. But the situation in the mine is critical. I have to back him up.
Okay.
Oh, as for you, the Chief will decide your fate when we see him.
Good. I've been wanting to come face to face with the leader of the underworld.
You're about to come face to face with reality.
Where's Branya? What the heck?
Huh? Isn't that the doctor lady?
What's Natasha doing here? Things must be worse than I thought.
I'm looking for treasure.
Nat, I didn't think you'd be here. Where's Oleg?
Hey, Zila and Sampo's guests. So it looks like you've already met. I haven't seen Oleg. The miners said they saw him take a group further in.
These people, what are you doing here? I'm not feeling too good.
Oh? You look fine to me. Sorry, I need to prioritize the wounded. There have been violent clashes between the miners and local thugs in the last few days. Many people are injured. You see these people? They're all miners and their family members. They want an explanation from the instigators. This area up ahead is a vagrant dwelling, but they've sealed off the entrance. I guess they're afraid that angry miners might try to take revenge.
How could this situation here become such a mess?
I heard that First Mining Team found a geomarrow vein with incredible deposits. The initial estimate put it at the largest discovery in the last 30 years.
Geomarrow sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking of Crystal Marrow in Genshin.
Are you serious? That's big news. How come I never heard about it?
Well, they weren't in a hurry to make it known. Most of the mines have been contaminated by the fragmentum. Many people are out of work. They were afraid of being overwhelmed if they let the word out. But the vagrants here have keen eyes. They couldn't keep it hidden from them. Some local gangs wanted to profit from the situation, so they blackmailed the mining team for hush money. And that was the final straw.
It's the price of guarding a secret. The vein should belong to those who discovered it. I suppose so. I don't even know. I'm lost again.
As it happens, that's exactly the law we have down here. But the vagrants have their own custom. See it, share it. And that's how the clash started. Now both sides are dealing with heavy losses. So, are you guys here to help resolve the conflict?
They're here because they need a favor from Chief Oleg. I'm escorting them. And seeing as you need that helping hand, it wouldn't be too much to ask you to lend one here first, right?
I guess not.
Of course we want to help. We care about other people too, you know.
Sounds fair.
Of course it is. Nobody gives without expecting something in return.
I believe we're dealing with kind-hearted people here, Zila. As you've all seen, the situation down here is, strained. If you can, we would really appreciate you helping the people.
Okay. Relics, yes! That's what I collected before. Oh my god, I was like, what do I do with this? There it is, relics! Yes. Okay, I get it. Can you let me do it on my own now? Thanks. Okay, let's figure out who should get what. Huh. Musker of Wild Wheat. Musketeer Oakley. I thought that said Oatley. That would have been really funny. Okay. So I have the knight stuff. Increases defense. Increases max damage. Okay. Attack increases by 12%. The wearer's speed increases. Honestly, actually, I'll put that on the chick that I was just working on. I think she would do best with this right now. And wait, who should we do the night one for? Maybe him? That doesn't explain anything, yeah. Yes, well, tell us. Okay. Still tells us nothing. Wow, thanks. Okay. These people are no help. Let's continue our story quest and stop.
Giant ore vein. The one they discovered. That must be where the clashes are centered. Come on, let's get to higher ground and take a look.
That person up ahead, is he asleep?
Let's head up and take a look. He might need help.
Falling asleep in a place like this. Impressive.
He's either overworked or he just got nothing to do.
Hey, wakey wakey. You'll get mushrooms growing on your head.
What? Mushroom bread? I can't see it on the menu. Miss Seela!
Have you got a death wish or something? How can you sleep here? Get back to safety and take shelter.
Take shelter? I remember now. These guys came out of nowhere and got into a fight with the mining team. At the time, I was exhausted.
Okay, this
Hardly
guy
went a
totally
few feet
sounds
when one of them
British.
caught me. If it weren't for wildfire, they'd have stolen the clothes off my back.
And then, where did Wildfire go?
Further in, I guess. Those thugs took control of the vein ages ago, and they're fully armed. We poor, defenseless, good folks were no match for them. It's only thanks to wildfire that the great mine hasn't fallen into their hands completely.
It seems like Chief Oleg must be up ahead. Hurry up and get back to safety. Look for Nat. And try not to get into another scrap along the way.
Okay. Thank you for, getting me on my feet. If I get back soon enough, I'll have time for a nap.
Okay, he's lazy. Let me actually put my sound on again.
I recognize that woman. That's Elaine from First Mining Team. Quick, let's get up there and see if she's wounded. Elaine, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Zila, thank goodness. I'm fine. Just a couple of sprains. You've got good timing. Those vagrants were asking me about the robots, but I don't know anything.
Robots?
Oh, don't you know? The intersection of the Great Mine has been seized by a band of robots. Neither the mining team nor the vagrants can get anywhere near.
New challengers enter. About time. Human-only conflicts are so boring.
Does anyone know where the robots come from?
At first, we
They just
thought that
kind
a
of
collective fault had
appear.
occurred in the excavation machines. But then we found out that those machines didn't even belong to the mining team.
Machines have to be made,
They
right?
came out of nowhere and pushed the vagrants and us back. Then they blocked off the only tunnels into the intersection.
Maybe someone's playing tricks, yeah.
There's no way anyone in the mining team is behind this. Operating a single unit is tiring enough, but a whole group? Impossible.
Then there's only one possibility. Boss Svarog.
Svarog? That name sounds familiar.
You remember the robots we defeated in the boxing gym?
Oh, Boss Svarog's robots. What's his deal?
Let's just say he's not to be trifled with. Let's go and find some other people. Elaine, can you make it back to safety?
No problem. Zila and the rest of you, be careful.
We will, we got this.
Robots? Aligned against humans? I've never heard of such a thing. Machines should obey humans unconditionally.
That's not the only thing you won't have heard of down here, Princess.
Is this elevator broken? Why isn't it responding?
They literally named him Dense.
Why are you worried about this piece of junk? Do you really want to go down there and be a live target for the robots?
But if we evacuate, then haven't we lost out?
You idiots. We'll just steal off the miners. Look, I saw with my own eyes. They managed to bag some geomarrow. This is a perfect opportunity.
Oh, good idea.
Shameless. Still after the miners, are you? Time to teach you a lesson.
Well, here we go.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
I'm getting distracted.
Don't your hands hurt?
Naughty children, don't listen. You're in bad shape.
Time for a detailed overhaul.
Want to see what I can do? You're not going anywhere.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
Easy enough.
Fleeing at the first sign of danger. That's all they're good for.
Huh? What's this? Did those guys leave it behind? Whoa! What the heck? Beep, beep, beep! Searching for potential user.
Is it Herta?
Beep, beep, beep! Voice print detected.
I don't like the way it says
Corresponding
beep.
identity information. Oh my, it's an alien!
An alien.
Hey, it talks!
Technically,
and it knows
yeah.
that we aren't from this planet?
I am an alien. And so are they, but I'm really an alien.
Doesn't seem to be technology from here. Look, it even has an Interastral Peace Corporation logo on it. Perhaps it's an antiquity left behind by some past interstellar traveler.
Beep, beep, beep. Your mom's an antiquity.
Wait, is it doing that as saying that as a joke?
Beep, beep, beep! Whatever. So, you aliens know about the Interastral Peace Corporation? That's great! Beep, beep, beep! Self-introduction. I am Richard, the home use object finder. Model information. Version 0.63. Professional model. Annual deluxe package. Nickname? Findy.
Why does she have such a masculine name? It's really funny.
A home use object finder? Who knew the IPC made these kinds of products?
Beep, beep, beep. My brainwave scanner module is damaged. Please send me to an Interastral Peace Appliances retail store near you for free repair within the warranty period of 232 years, 84 days. Beep, beep, beep. Alien, please take me to an Interastral Peace Appliances retail store to conduct repairs.
What? This fella's already broken. What should we do? Take it with us?
I don't think I can't not take it with us.
Beep, beep, beep! Yes, yes, yes! When you need to find something you can't see, just call upon Findy. That's me!
Oh no.
What was that? You can take off.
Frighten me, bro.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Easy as
One step closer to the stars.
That didn't look like a book. That looked like twigs.
Was I seeing things? Asking for trouble.
Clemency? Never heard of it. The time is now.
Let me through, or I'll go through you! Yes! Time to twirl!
You won't get away!
Time to twirl!
Good job, Bertha.
One step closer to the stars.
Hey, what's that commotion? It sounds like there's a big argument happening. Let's get closer and take a look.
Cowards and bullies. I don't remember you guys acting this tough around Svarog's minions. Did your parents never teach you what a backbone was?
Oh no.
We ain't stupid. Why would we risk our lives against the robots? And get off the high road. You can't just find a huge chunk of geomarrow and hog it all to yourselves.
This mine is our territory. The mining team is laboring here day in and day out. You guys don't even pretend like you're here to lend a hand. You're lazy. All you want is to profit off our sweat and tears. You don't even try hiding it. Disgraceful.
Where does disgrace come into it when we can't even fill our stomachs, huh? I know your game. You're just waiting for us to starve to death so there's more food for your mining team.
Is that a flower behind them?
It's a waste of time trying to reason with you. While you've been kicking up this fuss, the whole vein's been seized by robots.
Right. We can't rely on the vein anymore. But don't forget which side brought loaded guns to the party.
Whoa, easy. What are you trying to pull off? I'm warning you, wildfire are in the area.
Empty threat. Wildfire are stuck dealing with Svarog's minions. How are they gonna help you now? Unless you're planning on taking a bullet. Hand over the supplies and equipment.
They're getting ready to attack. Those miners are unarmed.
You shameless scoundrels! No need to play the hero. I'm going with you.
I'm going to.
I had to try.
We can't let these thugs get away with whatever they like.
I love her earrings. They're so cute.
Aha! And who do we have here? Do you know whose territory this is?
Isn't your territory. I'm in a hurry. I'll take you all in one
The chicken's
go.
in a hurry too.
Step aside. I have the time now.
Let me through, or I'll go through you. Yes!
You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
Oh, Zila, thank goodness you came. We were nearly,
Nothing but a few knuckleheads. I'm just glad you're okay. Antonia, have you seen Chief Oleg?
Oleg? He took a group into the intersection. Said
God,
it was
this
to
guy
clear
is just
off the
nowhere to be
invading
found.
robots. They've been gone for a while now. If Wildfire was around, those thugs wouldn't have dared.
Seems like the core of this problem is Svarog's robots.
What do the robots want?
Your run-of-the-mill robots don't have a will of their own. Their aim is merely Svarog's aim. The boss. He appeared suddenly after the guards were redeployed and became a major player in the underworld. Svarog claims to be a guardian of humanity, while the ownerless robots obey his commands. They've occupied the Furnace Core hub, and they're not letting anyone get close. Nobody knows why Svarog did any of this. He usually doesn't leave the Furnace Core and interfere unless some kind of disorder breaks out in the underworld.
Wait, a guardian of humanity? That can command robots? I've never heard of anything like.
Looks like your mighty architects weren't as all-knowing as you thought.
Can you two say anything without quarreling? This isn't the time!
Nor the place.
Sounds like there's danger waiting for us in the intersection. Can we still get through?
Yeah, you still need to talk with the chief. It's only a bunch of scrap metal. What are we afraid of?
Oh, is Zila starting to appreciate our strength?
I'll be honest. You guys are hardworking. If everyone from Wildfire were as impressive as you on the battlefield, we wouldn't be so hard-pressed by Svarog. Antonia, can you take the mining team back through the entrance to meet up with Natasha?
Sure thing. But be careful. There are a lot of robots up ahead.
I'm excited to fight them.
Customers are always welcome. Yeah! Time to twirl! Wanna see what I can do? Dodge this! Let me through, or I'll go through you! Huh?
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Got that robot!
Time to twirl! Let's be friends, shall we? Chill out.
It's too late to repent.
You're not going anywhere. Time to twirl! Yeah!
It's too late to repent.
Want to see what I can do? 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Good omens. Fight as one! Take this, shape of Taishu! Rise, Venus! Time to twirl!
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Time to twirl! Let me through, or I'll go through you. Yes!
Yay! We did it.
right way? It looks like there's a roadblock up ahead.
I'll be the judge of that. Come on, let's take a closer look.
It's completely blocked by the mine card. What do we do? Can we blow it up?
Easy. It belongs to the mining team. We can't just destroy it. We should try and fix it.
Easier said than done. Do you know how?
Yeah, of course. Every underworlder worth their salt knows how to fix a minecart. Let me see.
Worth their salt.
Even the pin connecting the body to the chassis is broken. Not to mention the rear wheel set bearing. This looks like the work of Svarog's minions. We need to find spare parts we can use nearby. We're wasting time.
Beep, beep, beep! Friends, do you need to find something? Findy can help? How come you just jumped out on your own, little fella? Isn't your module thingy broken? Beep, beep, beep. My brainwave scanner module is indeed broken. However, manual input for search is still operable. Come on, input the name of the object you were looking for. Findy can help. Oh, well, aren't you confident? Where's the input interface? Found it. Minecart pin, minecart wheel set, confirm. Just like that? Beep, beep, beep. Request is being processed. Beep, beep.
It's like a whole ordeal.
Match successful. Initiating search for lost item, minecart pin. Beep, beep, beep. Item found. Please commence search according to the Home Use Object Finder Safety Manual. Beep, beep, beep. Interastral Peace Appliances, your most trustworthy companion.
Let me see. Yeah, we can make do with this part. This little machine isn't half bad.
Well, it took you like 15 minutes to find it, but alright.
Beep, beep, beep. What's that? Is that a hint of respect for Findy? How convenient. So, next time Don Hum gets lost, we can just use Findy to find him, right? Beep, beep, beep. Biological life form search is currently not supported. If you have any questions, please call Interastral Peace Appliances.
Well, it was a good idea. Let's look for the next part.
Beep, beep, beep. Initiating search for lost item, minecart wheel set. Beep, beep, beep. Item found. Please commence search according to the Home Use Object Finder Safety Manual. Beep, beep, beep! Findy will create a calendar reminder for when you want to visit an Interastral Peace Appliances store. Beep, beep, beep! Findy will create a calendar reminder for when you want to visit an Interastral Peace Appliances store. Beep, beep, beep! Findy will create a beep, beep, beep!
Oh my god,
Potential
shut up.
target object detected. The current search has concluded.
Here we go.
That's everything. You were a big help, Findy. Beep, beep, beep. It was nothing. Interastral Peace Appliances, your most trustworthy companion. Beep, beep, beep. Current search complete. Entering
God.
sleep mode. Please recharge the Home Use Object Finder. We're pretty lucky, huh? Without Findy, it probably would have taken half the day to find these parts.
Well, not that long, but that little machine definitely made it a lot easier. All right, let's go back and fix the minecart.
Are you gonna do it yourself?
Why wouldn't I? You've got to be self-reliant down here. Watch, you might learn something.
Now we can repair. Somehow we repair with
All
keys
right,
in this
mission
world.
accomplished.
Quick work. You know, I didn't think you guys had worked a day in your lives. But you know how to get your hands dirty.
The cart is about to depart.
Okay. Okay, so do I just get on it? Okay.
The robots will have seized the road ahead by now. We should go carefully.
Hello, sir.
Whoa! Stop! Stop!
That model. It's one of Svarog's lapdogs, all right. Don't be afraid. I've dealt with those robots before.
But I wanted to run up and hit it. Hopefully I have the right team. I know that Serval should help because they're oh, great.
Move carefully.
Okay. Herta would be a help too. Alright,
Let me through, or I'll go through you.
My tempo!
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all! Time for a detailed overhaul. Come one, come all.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Want to see what I can do? Dodge this.
The time is now.
Turn up the volume. You won't get away.
I have something for you.
One at a time.
Oh. He's so close though. He doesn't do that much damage either. I think he would do more. Oh. Oh no.
The best is yet to come.
Can I push it again? No. Oh, the rocks.
Can't stop. You won't get away.
No more playing nice. Dodge this.
Up my tempo.
Easy enough.
Seeing it up close, this vein's even more spectacular.
I doubt the underground will ever see it fully excavated.
It's like the easiest. Thing to do. Oh no. Oh.
This vein. So this is what everyone is fighting over.
Who's that?
Mr. Svarog.
Oh,
it's such a massive vein. I've never seen so much geomarrow before.
Calculating. Based on the average rate of excavation, this vein is enough to supply Belobog with 231 days of energy, with a margin of error of 7 days.
What does margin of error mean?
I sense that your reason for summoning me is not the or in question. State your true intention, Clara.
Right. I wanted Mr. Svarog to see that many miners and vagrants have gotten hurt because of the vein. Can you help them?
I have already prevented the dispute and taken temporary control of the excavation zone. Evaluation result. In the event of no further variables, there will be no large-scale armed conflict within the next 30 days.
I know why you did it, Mr. Svarog. It's just, I don't think it'll be enough. The mining team and Wildfire, they don't understand your actions. If only we could do more for them.
My mission is the protection of the underworld. The trust of the minority sample is redundant to my calculations. Human behavior will always deviate from rational calculation, Clara. As evidenced by their presence here.
Svarog! We haven't settled our final score.
Zila, subordinate to Wildfire. Your resistance is futile. The result of my calculation is unequivocal. Remaining in the underworld is the optimal strategy for survival.
This again. Calculation results, survival strategies. I haven't got time for your thesis. Withdraw your forces, or I'll lose my temper.
It honestly sounds like a thesis, not gonna lie.
Observe, Clara. Even under abject conditions, humans are unable to avoid division and conflict.
But Mr. Svarog...
Human failure to accept the calculation result is a significant threat to the survival strategy of the underworld. Calculation complete. Result unequivocal. Armed suppression of Wildfire and their allies is the optimal course of action.
Look at her, she's not even wearing shoes. She's gotta be a 5-star, right? This guy looks stronger than the other robots. Robots don't seem friendly.
And more fashionably dressed, too. Hey, is he about to leave? What about the girl in red?
We must leave, Clara. External variables have triggered a calculation reset. The furnace core hub requires protection.
Please, Mills, don't hit them too hard.
I was getting bored of those minions. Time for a real fight. Come at me!
Oh, she's ready. Denhung's like, ugh.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music. Conquer us all!
Oh.
Take this!
He can rest.
Shape of Taishu! Rise Phoenix!
I'm just hoping this will take out some of these problems a little bit, but I don't know.
So what? I won't surrender. Yeah!
There you go.
My tempo! Combat is a series of precise machinations. One at a time!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Let me through, or I'll go through you! Ah!
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant.
What is the taunt?
This sanctuary is but a vision.
It seems like it triggered Himiko. I just don't know why you see it. It's like triggered.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict. The time is now.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn up the volume! You won't get away!
I have something for you.
Come one, come all.
Phew. Not bad. How many of these big guys is Svarog hiding?
A lot, which is why Wildfire has never been able to take him down. Svarog's forces are too strong. We don't have enough firepower.
That girl in red.
Clara? Don't worry about her. That girl is best pals with Svarog. She's always following behind him. He wouldn't harm her. I guess I'm just used to seeing them together now, even if I don't understand it. Let's look for the chief.
No need to look far. Nice work, Zilo. We were attacked on both sides by robots. Who knows where they came from? We thought we were in it for the long haul.
Chief, is everyone okay? Is anyone injured?
We're fine. We're used to it at this point. We sent those pesky robots and ragtag troops packing. The mine should be quiet for a while.
Where's guy with the glasses? They're the exact same model, it looks like. It's just that this one has glasses and this one doesn't.
And, who are your friends here?
Ah, them. They're outsiders that Sample brought down from who knows where. They need a favor from Wildfire, so I brought them with me. It'll be faster if they explain.
Are you the chief? He was hard to find.
That's quite the tone to take on our first meeting. I won't forget you in a hurry. So, you went to all this trouble to find Wildfire. What help is it you need?
I didn't know you'd put on a show for the overworld, too. Impressive.
Well, this is new. Wildfire can barely take care of the underworld. And now outsiders are looking for assistance from us. This Stellaron you speak of. I've never heard of it. But if it's a secret that even we locals don't know about, then one name does come to mind.
Kokolia?
The current Supreme Guardian is a liar who uses sweet words to deceive the underworld. She's never cared about our survival.
Oh no, Bronya's gonna freaking take him down a peg.
Stop right there. I won't allow you to insult the Madam Guardian.
This overworld, my words may be painful to you, but every one of them is true. Go out into the towns and hear for yourself. See how the people here suffer.
It's true.
I haven't gotten close to voicing the extent of the underworld's grievances, young lady. But I will respect your request. I will leave it at that for now. Let's get back to the main topic. The name that came to my mind was Svarog.
Huh? Isn't Svarog Wildfire's sworn enemy?
Why would a mere robot in the underworld have knowledge of important secrets?
Sworn enemy. Not how I see it. The young master here is closer. Svarog is a cold and unfeeling machine. He recognizes only the dead reasoning of his calculations.
But somehow he keeps that little girl around.
Svarog is not against Wildfire. Or perhaps I should say, Wildfire isn't even of concern to him. That ancient robot witnessed the war. If you're looking to pick up a thread, he may well be your best source.
Is he really that old? He probably just has upgrades. The war with the Antimatter Legion.
Yeah, I remember hearing this world was invaded by the Legion hundreds of years ago.
Robots don't forget.
Oops, sorry.
If Svarog hasn't heard of your Stellaron, then I'm afraid perhaps no one has.
In which case, we need to think of a way to convince Svarog to communicate with us.
Or get him to hand over his memory bank. We could go through it ourselves.
What should we do?
We've tried repeatedly to negotiate with Svarog, but he rejects every effort. He believes that Wildfire is a threat. Still, if it were you guys...
He just said they weren't against Wildfire, though. I guess... Never mind. They still have
It's difficult to say. We have time. Let's get into the details tomorrow. It's late, and you must have been through a lot. Go back to the town and rest. I'll make arrangements.
Again? I'm starting to get nervous of arranged rest on this planet.
As for our Silvermane girl here, do you have time? I'd like to talk with you in private.
Practice target?
Move carefully.
Let me through. This song's just for you. Keep up. My tempo! You won't get away. Ready to lose yourself?
Fight it or rock with it. My music. Conquer us all!
Come one, come all. That's it.
Oh,
Take this!
that was a lot.
Shape of Taishu! Rise Phoenix! Wanna see what I can do?
Step aside.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn up the volume.
Time for a detailed overhaul. Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
But he's hard. I'm gonna have to get out Berta.
You're not going anywhere!
Clemency, never.
This song's
Circle's
just
gonna
for you.
die.
Keep up. My tempo!
And I can't take out
Combat
his
is a
shield
series
without
of
her.
precise machinations.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to grab Herta.
I'm thinking. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours! Time to twirl!
I also know I could have done food. I just
Barely felt it.
want to try to do it without.
Move carefully.
Maybe keep it down?
Oh wait, I should have kept Serval right. I didn't realize that.
Step aside. I have time now.
What are you looking at?
Time for a detailed overhaul.
Take this! Shape of Rise Phoenix!
One at a time.
Let me through. I'll go through you! I won't break. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours! Time to twirl!
The truth of life and death, revealed in this sanctuary, is but a vision.
You must be honored to meet me.
You won't get away!
No more playing nice.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
It's so close. Yes. Whoa. That was not easy. We got some more stuff. Honestly, I
you
want
must
one.
be Oleg's guests. Welcome to the Gerda Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel.
Hey, that's not very polite.
It's fine. You aren't the first guest to have that reaction. A few hundred years ago, one ancestor of the Gerda family was ambitious and sought to build something big from nothing. Eventually, he actually did it. Have you seen that stylish Gerda Hotel? Strictly speaking, it's a branch of this Grand Hotel.
Oh, people with big dreams have big determination.
Oleg wants me to take good care of y'all. Here's the key. You'll be staying in our most spacious guest room.
What do you think? Should we go ahead and call it a day? Or walk around a bit more first?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I already walked
Time to rest again. I hope there aren't any surprises this time. That Oleg, he seems sincere. What do you guys think?
Appearances can be deceiving.
Happy now? He's even starting to sound like you.
It has nothing to do with me. But if you ask for my opinion, it's better to be safe than sorry.
I kind of agree.
Fine. We'll keep our guards up. Our last hotel experience was eventful, to say the least.
One of us should keep watch tonight.
Keep watch? Are we space cowboys now? I guess this is the cosmic Wild West.
We literally have like an artifact set that's like cowboy stuff.
Anyone else sleepy?
Leave it to me.
You seem pretty exhausted. Don't overexert yourself. I'll do it.
I'll keep watch.
How can we trust her?
Branya, did you finish talking to Oleg? Hope he didn't make things difficult for you.
Not really. Though it wasn't the friendliest conversation. We didn't see eye to eye on everything. I've come to know a great deal in a short time. Doubt I'll be able to fall asleep tonight.
I doubt I'll be able to sleep either. Not that I don't trust you. It's just, you're a Silvermane Guard officer in the underground. There might be people looking to harm you.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are. The Silvermane Guards have a lot to make amends for down here. If someone had made a stand in the outset and explained the consequences to Madame Cocolia... forget it. It's meaningless to talk about it now. You don't need to worry about me.
She
Oleg
knew the
guaranteed
consequences.
that I wouldn't be harmed.
We saw that cutscene.
He seemed like a man of his word. Go and rest.
You're actually gonna sleep? Ooh. I can't go with that one. So we saw that. Oh, okay, so I did this one. But we needed her with us.
Master.
sleep.
My wish. Your so-called plan. What is the point of it all? Silence! Is my daughter, my only, you soulless thing. How could you begin to fathom? You will never understand. Never! A new world.
So that was talking about Bronya, right?
That voice again. Such a strange dream. May as well go for a walk if I can't sleep.
Fair.
Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up behind me next time. Lucky for you, I wasn't armed. No sleep for you either, huh?
I've been having nightmares. I can't sleep unless I've worked for 8 hours. I totally get that. Oh my god. Like hard labor.
I understand. The more that weighs on your mind, the more your fears become dreamscapes. Actually, seeing as there's no one around, can I ask you some things? This Stellaron you speak of, if you were to find it, how sure are you that you could stop the eternal freeze?
100%. I don't know. Better ask Stan Hung.
Is he your leader? I feel he possesses a great stillness of mind in everything he does.
He's not my leader per se, he's just the knower of all things.
You know, it was difficult for me to believe you. Some of the words you use are too alien for those that have lived their entire life in Belobog. As far as I was concerned, Madame Cocolia's order to arrest you sounded reasonable. But why didn't she issue it straight away?
Because she wanted us to think we were safe. Well, no, actually, if she would have arrested us right away, that wouldn't have mattered. I don't know, but her saying, oh, we'll talk about this tomorrow, I totally knew it was up. I mean, why would you leave something that important? Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, maybe I would procrastinate something important, I don't know, but most people wouldn't do that.
She must have realized
in her
something
position.
about you. Something I haven't yet been able to perceive for myself. Bob, what must have transpired to cause her such a drastic change? Still, orders are orders. It's not for soldiers to question their superiors.
She said it bothers her. Whatever has changed with Madame Cocolia bothers her. Sorry, I cut it off. You had no choice. Only a fool follows orders blindly. I mean, but if she just stops following orders, that would be way worse. Like, she's got to be smart about it.
I don't need you to absolve me.
Not that she, like,
Because I
didn't have a
every
choice,
confidence
though.
that I was doing the right thing. But the sense of duty to carry out an order is bound to prevail with me.
I mean, that's not even what I was thinking. I was just thinking it would be kind of dumb if you just stopped listening to orders. You know, that would totally give away that you don't want to be loyal to... I forgot what the lady is. She's not a president, but, you know, the leader of Belobog, basically.
In the past, overworld soldiers on the front line would lose their lives in droves. And yet, the Fragmentum's advance would remain unaffected. Nevertheless, that was her reason for deploying all the Silvermane guards to the front line. The transport line for supplies in Geomera remained open, but the passage between the surface and the underground ceased. I approved of that decision. I never thought that the underworld would sink into such ruin without the Silverman guards. Perhaps Mother was wrong. But how can I change her mind? I've tried, but she won't listen. I don't know how to get through to her.
You should become the Supreme Guardian. What if this actually affected the game? Like, in Genshin, it's always like, oh, it kind of leads to the same answer half the time. But, I don't know.
Help me change the mind of the Madam Guardian? Not easy. Nobody knows that better than I do.
Exactly, that's why you should do it, and we'll back you up.
The more I think about it, the more disoriented I get, which in turn makes me think about it even more. I just want a better life for the people of Belobog.
But you see, I think she'll feel differently when she realizes the dreams that we've been having, or she finds out the truth, like, because Cocolia Mace did this knowing that people would suffer. She did this, you know what I mean? She made this decision knowing the ramifications. You can't save the world alone. The world is more complicated than you think. Let's work together, maybe we can make a change. I say I'll do this, because this I feel like I'm telling her something. In both of them. Not that it really matters, it's kind of all the same.
Maybe you're right. Or not. Right now, I just need more time to think.
That's fair.
Walk with me. Let's forget our problems for a while.
Sure. I want her hair.
I can't remember the last time I went for a walk like this. I never thought I'd take one through such a strange place, with someone I'd only just gotten to know. It's so quiet here. I'm not used to it. The quieter things are around you, the louder they are. I'm surprised the vagrants in the Great Mine go after the mining teams. They must be desperate. Still, whatever their situation, a crime is a crime. How is the law supposed to find a balance between justice and compassion in the face of such complexity?
How much longer can you last with your current supplies?
Is that Zila? Let's go take a look.
I'm gonna spy.
I know. I'll go to Rivet Town and bring them back for you.
It's too dangerous to go alone. Get Oleg to send someone with you.
The rest of Wildfire has barely gotten any sleep the last few days. They should rest. They'd only be holding their eyelids open and slowing me down.
I do not like this. I think this is cute, and I love her outfit otherwise. And I don't hate short shorts. But I do not like this thing happening and then showing, I just don't.
Besides,
that's just not a
some
fashion
of the
statement.
miners were gravely injured. Lives are on the line.
Maybe it's just coming from a girl. I don't know. I feel like it really... It's uncomfortable, first of all. It's like, I don't know, they've gotten back into style, those like, I forget what they're called exactly, but basically the one pieces, like in actual clothes, like that's like back in style. Like I saw some at like freaking, I don't even know, you know, like, clearly not sponsored or anything, but like TJ Maxx, I freaking saw them there. I was like, why are we going back to one pieces? Why? Like I don't even like one piece bathing suits, bro. They're so uncomfortable. But that's also my opinion, so.
Aren't you supposed to be sleeping? What are you doing out here? Up to no good, perhaps?
We're just having a walk. Neither of us could sleep. You can rescind your baseless accusations.
Walk somewhere else, then.
Easy, Zila. Maybe they can help.
Always willing to help Miss Natasha. We're not helping anyone with a temper like that. No problem, we'll help you with anything.
I'm grateful. Here's the situation. The clinic is packed full of people injured in the mines incident. Since you helped us resolve things, Zila and I have been busy caring for them. As you know, the underground is lacking resources to begin with. Add on the sudden nature of the incident, and it's no surprise that the clinic is almost out of medical supplies. We need to acquire more, somehow.
Are there other towns in the underground? Get Sampo to acquire some? Are there other towns?
The situation in other towns is even worse than ours. As the fragmentum spreads underground, more monsters go roaming around, causing trouble for all the towns. That means more vagrants in the mines. The town's resources have been swallowed up by the fragmentum. To get anything now, people have to risk their lives.
Easy now, Zila. Anger isn't good for one's health.
We were just asking a question. We're not trying to be rude.
Zila and I actually aren't from here. We both come from an industrial town to the north. A few years ago, the fragmentum began to seep into the town center. I used to manage an orphanage and clinic there. But after the fragmentum corroded the area, I had no choice but to move here to Boulder Town. After all, I have to survive myself if I want to save more people.
That's totally fair.
Go to a corroded town to collect some useful resources? I'm in.
Alright, what's the plan?
You want to come as well? But you look quite tired.
So do you, bro. We just had this conversation.
Hold up. I never said you could join us.
Wow, she holds a grudge.
People's lives are at stake.
I guess
Why
you
wouldn't
really
you want
don't know
another person to help?
loyalty.
Besides, I have some experience with the fragmentums. I'm sure I will be of use.
Well, just don't slow me down.
Zila's lack of outright rejection means she approves of you. With you all accompanying her, my mind will be more at ease. Come, let me give you a list of materials we need. The place you're going to is called Rivet Town. Follow the path through the mountains to the north for a bit, and you'll arrive there. Let me think. I'm almost out of metal plates and bandages used for immobilizing broken bones. There's a market in the center of Rivet Town. Residents left behind piles of materials there when they evacuated. Please look for some there. Oh, also rubbing alcohol. I kept a bunch at the orphanage, since the kids often got into tussles. I didn't bring it with me when I left. Oh, I hope it's still intact. Lastly, painkillers. There should be a bunch stored in the old lab. Hopefully they haven't been destroyed by monsters. These should be enough to get by for a bit longer. Be careful. Don't push yourselves too hard.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Metal plates and bandages, rubbing alcohol, and painkillers. Got it. Piece of cake. Let's go. If we leave now, we can still make it back before sundown. When it comes to helping injured people groaning in pain, the sooner the better.
If we hadn't happened to be passing by, were you really planning on going into the fragmentum alone?
Of course. What's all the fuss about? I've done that loads of times.
So reckless. According to the rules of the Silvermane Guards, any expedition into the fragmentum must have a squad of at least 4 members, as well as a communications officer.
Exactly. A rule of the Silvermane Guards. Don't apply your rules to us. We're here.
Let's go.
This is Rivet Town. Everything looks
quick.
familiar. Let's go. And watch your step. I haven't been here in a long time. There are probably some monsters around. We can't see anything here. Let's find higher ground to get a better view.
Whoa. That's where we need to go, I'm assuming. Oh my gosh.
Way over there. See that house on the hill? That's Natasha's old orphanage.
Seems like the right place for an orphanage.
After Oleg found me, he sent
They're
me
always
there.
on a hill in the middle
I
of somewhere.
spent over half my childhood in that place.
Looks quite impressive. I'd like to retire here.
Natasha
Honestly,
said that the house
fair.
was donated by some rich businessman. Whatever his business may have been, he must have been a good person. I miss those carefree days as a kid.
Huh.
What? Nothing to say?
No, it's just... this place seems familiar somehow. Never mind.
Weirdo. Look down there. See the mess that remains of those old stalls? That's Rivet Town's market. The supplies Natasha wants are probably there. Let's keep moving. Watch out for monsters.
Let us proceed.
Careful. Enemies ahead. There's quite enough vagrants.
Seize the moment.
Where? Where? Show them to me. I don't see any.
The scent of dirt is still fresh. They can't have come too long before us.
Sorry, I'm like super hyped today. I'm
Let's
probably
go
annoying.
then. We need to find something, even if we have to search every corner of this market.
We will figure it out. Wahahaha. Let me grab this. For my collection of stuff that I need to read that I haven't read in like... God knows how long. I have so much stuff to read. You don't even know. Okay. Oh. Do we do that? That one has to go that way. There we go. Sorry, it took me forever. Why is there a kid here?
Eric? Hey, Brat! How could you come here by yourself? Oh, don't you know how dangerous this place is?
Zila! You aren't the boss of me. I can go wherever I want. It's none of your beeswax.
Oh my god.
You took the materials and hid them all here. Not bad, kid. But if we didn't take care of those monsters, what were you planning to do? Just stay here, shaking in your boots?
Who asked you to do anything? I was just about to escape. I didn't need your help at all.
Still stubborn, huh? Then tell me, how exactly were you gonna get those big metal plates out of here past those monsters?
There's always a way.
He was trying. Yeah. I'm gonna give them the people
Don't
that
be
need
so
it.
polite to him. Everyone in the underworld knows this brat is a no-good thief. If I remember correctly, even the clothes you're wearing came off another kid's back.
About that.
Tell
He
us,
probably is just doing what he can to
do you even want
survive.
metal plates and gauze bandages for? We need them to save people.
200.
What?
200 shield?
Are you kidding me? You want to negotiate?
What a ripoff. How much is 200 shield worth?
Not much, but I didn't bring my coin purse.
You're actually planning to give this little crook money? I'm telling you, this is his same old trick.
No! Not this time. I really need money. My daddy.
Pretending to use your dad again as an excuse. If he knew about this, you'd be in big trouble.
No!
Zila, that's enough. It's Eric, right? Here, you can have this.
What's this?
This is a medal given to me by the architects. See that blue stone in the middle? That's a geomarrow crystal of the highest purity. You need money for your family, right? Take this and show it to a knowledgeable buyer, and they'll instantly know how valuable it is.
Thank you.
I would tell the kid, make sure you don't settle for anything less than X amount, because he's not gonna know how much it's worth. And any buyer is gonna totally try to buy it for less than what it's worth, especially from a kid.
You'll have to promise me one thing. You'll never steal other people's things again. Promise?
I promise. I'll never steal things again.
Then it's a deal. If you go back on your promise, I'm going to bring my Silvermane guards with me and catch you myself. Here, take the medal and go back to the town. We already took care of any threat on the way. You'll be safe.
Thank you. Whoever you are, you guys can take all of these things. You guys need to be careful too. There seems to be something real scary in that house up on the hill.
Ooh, a boss? I'm excited.
Oh, right. The road across from the market is blocked. If you want to go further, you'll have to go to the shopping street.
Got it. Thanks for the tip.
That object was pretty important to you, right? Are you sure you're okay just giving it to Eric like that?
If it will make him change his ways, it's more than worth it.
What if he doesn't?
From a young age, my mother taught me to be forgiving and to preserve the goodwill in people's hearts. Even if I am but a small glimmer of light in this world, I must try my best to shine brightly for others. I must give him a chance, Zila, because other people can't.
That's honestly a really good thing to say. Really good way to look at it. Because I do think there are situations like that where a certain person can do something that other people can't, you know?
I don't really get what you just said. Anyway, we should get moving. Eric said that we need to take the shopping street to go any further. I think I still remember where it is. This way.
That's it?
I want him.
How should I dispose of you?
Okay, so her... Wait, no, she's not gonna help. Oh my god, run away. Okay, I need physical attack. Pyro? Pyro. Okay, so let me take out Natasha then. Or maybe... I need physical attack. And Herta. That should be good.
Burn away!
Move carefully.
Go get him!
You won't get away!
Time to twirl!
Combat is a series of precise machinations.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant.
I don't know how much damage this is actually.
It's but a vision!
Just a little bit.
Wanna see what I can do?
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours!
You won't get away!
Time to twirl!
I have something for you.
Come one, come all.
You're not going anywhere!
Step aside. I have no interest in...
What are you looking at?
should hopefully help some. Okay. Oh, I should have done her to...
Clemency? Never hurt.
Still do her.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
You're not going anywhere!
Step aside. I have no interest.
Got him. That was challenging.
This is also the reward of trailblazing.
That was it?
Oh, it was 3 against 1.
Nah, I could have taken it on by myself. But still, fighting alongside you two was pretty fun. Should be all clear now. Let's poke around. The kids at the orphanage were always getting into scraps when we played out here. If I remember it right, there ought to be some supplies for our cuts and bruises stored in that corner there. I just hope the monster didn't get to them.
It wasn't my imagination.
Huh? What are you talking about?
This building? This playground equipment? I've seen it all before.
Yo, you think she's from here?
What? Come on. The overground and underground have been sealed off from each other for over 10 years. It would have been news if a Silvermane guard had come down here, let alone an overworld princess.
That's because she's not originally one. You think that the actual princess is gone and she's just a replacement? You think that that's what the thing was saying? I wasn't sure if it, like, because it wasn't specific, you know?
Wait, unless before that...
Yes, it's a possibility. That would explain why my memory of it is so blurry. Come on. I need to look around a bit more before I can be sure.
Oh, she's gonna have a lot of questions for her mom.
Ugh, the swing is covered in dust. Hey, don't sit on it. It's filthy.
Ah, it sure brings back memories. I still remember one time I swung super high and everyone was scared I would fly off.
Who knew swinging could be so intense?
At the time, I wanted to swing myself into the sky and fly up to the overworld.
Oh.
So dangerous. You're lucky to have lived till now.
Aren't we all, though?
For real. That hit hard. Okay. Let's see here. I can make protective gear. Ooh, that's really good, actually. So I need this. Preservation construction material.
I found this. Here, take it.
What is this? A brooch?
Natasha would often teach us how to make different handicrafts. This must be some kid's masterpiece.
And why give it to me?
You gave your medal to that kid Eric. This thing might not be as valuable, but it's at least a replacement of sorts.
How can it compare to whatever the brooch meant to her?
But didn't someone work hard to make this? I can't just take it from here.
You sure are prissy, huh? Just take it.
That's fair.
We've looked everywhere but here. I hope my memory is right. It's... Ah! Yes! We found it! Great! It's barely damaged.
But why would it just be
Nat
outside?
wouldn't have expected her old supplies from years ago to have stayed in such good condition.
I would have expected to go inside the orphanage.
You should still check the expiration date for things like rubbing alcohol. If it's expired, it won't be effective.
True. Let me check a few bottles. Huh? What's this?
This is something from when I was a child.
Oh no.
When
Backstory.
you were a child? Are you sure?
Could it be?
Yes. I remember now.
She remembers now, guys. She remembers.
I used to live here.
Oh god.
Before the architects took me away, before Madame Cocolia adopted me, I used to live here. I'm an undergrounder.
The sad violin.
An undergrounder? Wait a minute. You're saying that Cocolia, the Supreme Guardian, adopted you?
It's like winning the lottery.
Yes. I'm the successor chosen by the architects. In the future, I will become the guardian who leads Belobog.
Oh no.
Why? Why didn't I remember this until now?
Well, she cares enough that maybe she'll be
childhood
better than
memories are
her
so
mom.
Blurry.
Her adopted mother. She was kind of little, but I don't really doubt this, but I'm gonna say this.
The architect said that the guardian's successor is selected from among all people in Belobog. The selection process can take anywhere from a few years to a few decades. During that time, all children of the appropriate age in both the overworld and the underworld will be tested. In the end, only one child deemed as worthy will be chosen. I must have been chosen from among the children here and then taken to the surface.
The kids at the orphanage are always coming and going. I never thought that there would have been a future Supreme Guardian among us. Does Nat know about this? Could she have been keeping it a secret?
I don't think she knows. The selection of the successor is done with utmost secrecy. And the child chosen must completely say goodbye to their past.
Maybe they did wipe her mind. I didn't want to just jump to conclusions, though. This game seems to want you to.
And thus, I became the daughter of Madame Cocolia. My only identity is that of Guardian Successor. But I'm not good enough. Every day I see Silvermane guards sacrifice their lives in the Fragmentum, but I've never had the resolve to try to change Mother's mind. The underworld has been struggling, but I never tried to help. I didn't even know that it was my own home that had fallen into such a dire state.
I mean, come on, you saw one thing. I think you're jumping to conclusions, bro.
In the end, I haven't been able to guard anything. How could they have thought that I was worthy to be the successor?
I mean, she did a lot of tests. I don't know, man. Why are you asking me?
Hey, are you done?
Honestly.
Huh?
Wow. Ugh, so annoying.
Sorry to break up the pity party, but we've got stuff to do.
What?
What? You thought I should feel sorry for you after your little speech? You can hide in your palace while you fuss over your overworld problems. And on the front line, it's not even you who's putting your life in danger. But in the underworld, what do we worry about? If we'll have food for our next meal, or survive to the next week.
Honestly, it's so different. And you can actually do something about it.
Even if I
which is
am
what's
but
annoying.
a small glimmer of light in this world, I must try my best to shine brightly for others. Didn't you say that? Well, if you really want to protect everyone, what are you standing here crying for? Get to it!
You're right. You're right. Self-pity doesn't help solve anything. Thank you, Seela. Usually when I feel sorry for myself, I am met with gentle consolation. Never has anyone dared to be tough and make me snap out of it.
I'm no good at consoling, but I can hit you on the head a few times, no problem. I can tell that you have a big burden to carry. Why do you force yourself to?
As the successor to the Guardian of Belobog, I must always be vigilant of my behavior and thoughts.
Yeah, Lady Branya. Miss Future Supreme Guardian comes from the same orphanage as me. Who thought it would be a good idea to put us together, huh? How about I show you around the orphanage a bit more? Unlike you, my memories from when I was little are crystal clear.
Okay. I'll indulge in old memories with you for a while.
Wow, they're besties now. Can I go in, please? I want to go in the orphanage.
I
wanna
should
go in the
let those
house.
two be alone for a bit.
Yeah, I'll let them be alone.
I should let those two be alone. The only thing left to find is painkillers. I'll see if there's any nearby.
Yeah, I know where to go. Don't... I want to go up though, too. Whatever. I don't like the hand holding this game has. I will be straightforward about that. I mean, Genshin isn't exactly
Don't mention it, Clara.
confusing, but it's much more open than this.
Warning. Warning. Danger detected.
I'm not trying to hurt. I'm a goner.
Protect, Clara. Initiating active defense mode.
Perkins, don't! Stop! I've seen this person before. He's not bad, right?
Command received. Danger removed. Deactivating active defense mode.
This place is dangerous. You should leave.
I'm looking for medicine to help injured.
Oh, I came here for these painkillers too.
She stole the other stuff then.
There are a lot of people hurt at the Vagrant camp. I guess the miners are no different? everyone could just get along, things would be easier.
Let's split it 50-50, you know? Whoever gets it, whoever doesn't, doesn't.
Here you are. I hope the medicine is of help to you.
What's your relationship with the guy? I don't remember his name. I don't know how to say that.
Mr. Svarog.
Svarog. There we go.
He's my family. I met Mr. Svarog when I was real little. He took me in and took care of me.
She kind of looks like an older version of Klee. It's kind of weird.
I'm really sorry about what happened back in the Great Mine. Mr. Svarog doesn't trust any humans besides me, especially everyone from Wildfire.
Why did Svarog attack us?
Mr. Svarog doesn't want to hurt people, but he always follows the calculations of his analysis. He thinks that interaction with humans is inefficient. Wildfire wants everyone to leave the underground, but Mr. Svarog wants everyone to stay here. According to his calculations, the overground is already unsafe.
That's kind of true. It's so freaking cold that the underground seems like it would be safer. So he stands guard at a huge pillar stopping people from leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of can't do
Mr.
that.
Svarog is very stubborn. He says that his responsibility is preservation. To do that, he must make decisions that best protect humanity.
But how can he do that if he's never gonna actually talk to someone? That makes no sense. Sounds a lot like the Supreme Guardian. True.
I know that Wildfire wants to talk to Mr. Svarog, but no matter how many times you talk to him, Mr. Svarog won't change his mind. So please trust me. I'll try to persuade Mr. Svarog. Hopefully one day he'll finally listen.
Clara, what are you doing here?
You're Miss Zila from Wildfire. I came here to...
Why are you helping the vagrants look for medicine? If they're so great, how could they make a little girl go around running errands for them?
No, it's not like that. I wasn't made to do anything. It's just that the living conditions for the vagrants aren't great. There's not even a clinic in their camp. So I wanted to help them out.
I just realized he reminds me of a traffic light.
Also, not all of them are bad people. Everyone just wants to survive. Miss Zila, did this medicine belong to Miss Natasha? Then, can you give me some? The vagrant's injuries are quite serious.
I would give her some.
I see. Let's split these painkillers then.
Yes, 50-50.
Really? We don't need to ask Miss Natasha first?
If I know Nat, she won't mind. Although, this will make it more difficult for us. She'll understand. She always does.
Great. Thank you, Miss Zila.
Are you leaving? This old town is too dangerous. We'll accompany you part of the way.
It's fine. I have Perkins for company. And I have some more things I need to look for here first.
Understood. Be careful, though.
Yes, please. You don't want to save your butt later.
So early. Let's look around.
Nat, we're back.
That's our Zila. Nothing if not punctual. So, did you find any usable supplies?
Here you go.
Oh, let me see. Metal plates, gauze bandages, painkillers, rubbing alcohol. Ah, perfect. That's everything I needed. Huh. It's just, there are less painkillers than I'd expected. Did someone break into the storage room?
That would actually be a huge problem.
Clara? If she was there too, then I understand. She wants to look after the injured vagrants, right? Clara's always been a kind-hearted girl. I think you made the right decision. Still, it means I'm going to have to draw up a detailed dosage plan.
Hey, don't worry. I'll help you.
No need. I'll handle the clinic. I assume you three have more important things to be getting on with, right? Oleg will be waiting, not to mention your 2 companions.
Nearly forgot about those two.
So you guys aren't that close after all? I thought you were sworn friends.
It's kind of difficult to explain.
Oh, you're adorable, Branya. He was obviously joking.
I bet old Oleg wants to talk about Svarog. We should get going. Sorry, Nat. We'll have to leave the wounded to you.
Oh, no worries. I hope things go smoothly.
I got another Natasha. Okay. I really think this looks cool, how it shows the different angles of them. Like I have hers. Where's my own?
Huh? Tired already?
Aren't you? We didn't get any rest last night.
You're gonna have to step it up, you know? My record is 6 days, no shut-eye.
Here's everybody.
Hey, they're finally back!
Sorry for the unannounced disappearance.
That's nothing. The unannounced disappearance record holder is right here.
And that's something to be proud of?
It's good to have everyone back together. Let me get straight to it. Regarding the Stellaron and your predicament in the overworld. Your friends have gone over both with me again. The last time I saw Kokolia, she was an impressive young lady. I never thought that after becoming the Guardian. All I can say is that I sympathize with your situation. Rest easy. Wildfire won't go behind your back on this. Your plan sounds a bit like the ravings of a drunken miner, but at least you're offering a road forwards. We Underworlders haven't had a road to anywhere for a long time now, and you can see how things have become. I'm willing to give you guys a shot.
I think I've said it before, but I'm really not a fan of like the screaming in the background. It totally freaks me out.
Don't worry, Mr. Oleg. We'll make sure you don't regret it.
Ravings of a drunken miner is a little harsh.
Maybe it is. But I think we need to set our sights on something a bit more realistic. You guys want to know the whereabouts of the Stellaron. Wildfire wants to remove the restrictions on the underworld. In other words, Svarog is the target of both our efforts. If we can't deal with the boss, we can't deal with anything.
True. Let's take him down.
Diplomacy before violence. We should try peaceful communication first.
Okay, fine.
Both your approaches have merit. We would always rather avoid losses and settle matters through peaceful means. But if the situation changes, we must be prepared for armed conflict at a moment's notice.
Yep.
Wildfire has tried many times to make contact with Svarog, without success. He has no intention of engaging with us. At our current strength, it would be incredibly dangerous to use force. Svarog's robots don't fear sacrifice, and I don't want to risk underworld lives. But things have changed. Your arrival constitutes an external variable for Svarog. I may not have the full picture, but perhaps you guys have an opportunity to sway him.
That would be best.
Our scheme is coming along nicely. But I fear that Svarog just isn't the swaying type. You'll understand when you get to his territory. Things never run smoothly down here. And what about you, Miss Silvermane? You're the only one here that isn't compelled to do or die with Svarog. I'd like to hear your plan.
Why am I compelled?
Well, the underworld is still a part of Belobog. If Svarog's existence constitutes a threat to the people here, I will of course stand with you.
Excellent. An enlightened answer, young lady. And spoken like a true successor to the guardianship.
But can you really trust her?
Seeing as we're all on the same side, there's no reason to delay. Let's go. I've arranged for a guide to take you to Svarog.
You're not coming?
Wildfire's relationship with Svarog has been hostile for a long time now. Accompanying you would only lead to misunderstandings. We'll be nearby, awaiting orders. If things go south, we'll be there in no time. Zila, perhaps you can take our outsider friends the rest of the way.
I'm on it, boss.
Oh, I had a message from Sampo. It's Jackson, my hero. I finally got a hold of you. You must save me. And if I don't, sorry, your message couldn't be sent. Okay.